Hi, teacher friends. Let's talk about paint. Paint, just like art, any art, should be available every day to your students. Every day. You'll teach them in the beginning of the year how to get it, how to use it, how to clean it up, how to put their paper on their drying rack, how to put their name on their paper before they put it in the drying rack, and how to hang it to show the world their beautiful creation. This is a picture of my art easel in my classroom. Okay? Please notice 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 children all the time at my art easel. They loved it. We painted every day. This shelf back here was my art, held my paint. So I would buy gallons of paint. And I really only bought the primary colors. I bought red, yellow, and blue. I put them in these picnic like ketchup and mustard bottles that you can get at a craft store, so that the children were independent in getting their paint. All right, so they would put their smock on, they would get their materials, hang their paper, get their supplies and their materials, and they would go get their paint, squeeze what they wanted in their tray, and then go to town and paint their picture. Loved it all the time. There's a couple things that I would have you think about. How to store your paint. This is what's common in many classrooms. Okay, look at this, is beautiful. Look at this art easel. That means it's used. Nowhere does it say that you cannot have a painted art easel. That means it's working, that children are using it. If you want to wash it down once a week, wash it down once a week. But this is well used, well loved. A word of caution: if you use cups, paint cups, and you put your paint in cups for children to paint with. What's the tendency when you have cups like this? Do you know? They take the paint, they paint it, they pick another color, they paint it, they pick another color, they paint it, and all of a sudden all these colors are brown. That's all the color they have is brown. And that drives teachers crazy. Mixing colors drives teachers crazy. But this is an expression, right? You want the children to use all these colors. So this is what I suggest. Rather than making it a big deal to make sure you don't mix the paint and stifling creativity, let me give you a solution. I have used before ice cube trays, okay? Let's look at this little girl, ice cube trays. So they would come and they would get 1 or 2, or they would fill out 1 tray, 1 cube, and then of a color, and then these were able to be mixed. So they could use these to mix colors, whatever color they wanted. And then we would do that as a science lesson, like the red and the yellow make orange, and the yellow and blue make green, and that's how you make secondary colors. And that's how they would use that, okay? Here's another solution. At the dollar store, this is the best investment. This right here is not the dollar store, but it's similar to this in a sense that it's just like this. It's like that. So it's got 6 holes. Well, you put red, yellow, and blue, and then these colors are for, or these spaces are for mixing. And you see how he has done that. He's used his holes appropriately, his little pods there, and he's mixing colors. Now, the easel's full, right? I've got 4 friends at this easel. He got a tray, he got his paint, he got his paintbrush, and he's going to towel painting. Look at the goals that you're mastering. Self-expression. Beautiful, right? Describe and predict changes when mixing colors. Mixing colors is a must. That's science right there in your art easel. Painting your hand. Uses senses to construct knowledge. Use senses. Allow them to paint their hands. What are they going to do? They're going to wash their hands when they're done. They're going to put their supplies up, wash them when they're done. They need that sense of experience. So allow that to happen. Let me think. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you about that? This is a 21st century skill. 21st century skill. Creativity, and it's also applied knowledge. Do it. Encourage it. Love it. Embrace it. As you can see, buy a water source. Trays up here to dry. The children did this, and we taught them this at the beginning of the year. Highly, highly encourage painting every day. If you have any questions or want to discuss it further, let me know.